It's Madden NFL 20.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Cleveland. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And again, it's Chubb. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On 1st and 10, Watson buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. Still going inside the 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now...
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On second down, here's Watson. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McLeod. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. Spotted at the 14-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Chase, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Bengals at 11-5 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Burrow looking to pass. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coaching the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Browns take over.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's...
Touchdown! Evan Ingram, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history will ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second down and 8. Now it's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
A gain of 34 yards.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And Burrow going to throw again. Touchdown, Bengals. Travis Kelce, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Watson's throw into the hands of Henry here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks, Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Watson, he's going to keep it on the draw. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And now here is another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
And the Bengals first down.
Here we go. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, stop.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
3rd and long.
11 Thomas. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
Now Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, it's they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And a Tommy Adebawore in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Travis Kelce with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
31 yards. And the
11. 12. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Rolling to his right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Travis Kelsey from 3 yards out. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it is 42-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's McLeod. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded at the 20. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
12, 11. Stop.
Burrow on play action. His throw incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Get set. 11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Gotta go slow.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
11.
And the Bengals 1st down.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Slide for the PAT.
Joey Slide lining up for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's McLeod, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. One last throw here for Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McLeod.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive.